Hi guys, it's Matt here from the Forex Coach. Just giving you a weekly update to the day trading signal. For those of you who have been following us for a while, you'll know that we operate a signal service, and we do that by sending out text alerts to our paying members of all the trades that we're taking. Now, in order to be 100% transparent and 100% honest, what we do is we also take all of these trades with our own capital, our own money, on a day trading signal account. So a trading account, it's a live account, it's verified. I've already done video updates once a month. Now I'm going to start doing some weekly videos just to give people an idea of what's been going on for the week. So that's what we're doing today. It's Friday, the 9th of June. We've just had the UK general elections. Been up most of the night because we were looking for potential trades, which turned out we got one about 10 o'clock last night, closed out about 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock or half 11. Oh no, it was half 1, and then we got another trade about 8 o'clock this morning, but I'll show you that as we go through. So the opportunities weren't actually there overnight, but it's interesting to watch obviously what happened with the elections and stuff. So what we'll do is we'll start off looking at the accounts then. So for this week I have just printed off or pulled off a statement for the account. So we've had a good week. Now what we're doing with this trading account is we started off with about 18k. It's just over 20k in there, so something like 20.5k in there at the moment. So what we're doing with this account is we're going to try and take an £18,000 account, so a 20k account effectively, up to about 200k. So later on down the line we will do some video updates of exactly the targets and what we're aiming for and stuff like that, but that'll probably be sort of quarterly updates. But this is this week's trade, so every single trade, open and close for this week, winning or losing. Now we've actually banked over £1,000 in this account after rollover fees, etc, etc. So £1,000 on a 20 grand account, so we're 5% up for the week, which is pretty good going. We've had a good week. As of yet, we've actually had no losing trades. There's a couple of sort of minuses here, but that's just where we've basically closed half a position for a certain amount and then closed off the other half for a certain amount, effectively making a flat trade. So all in all, we've actually had 0 losing trades this week, which, last week we had a few losers. We actually had a losing week last week. But this week we've had a real profitable week, and this is the key to trading, keeping that consistency with your risk management, and that's how you will slowly gain profits. Don't put your head in the sand and get emotional when you're having a bad week. You just need to think, well, this is just me paying my expenses for trading, and just believe in yourself and believe in your trading. That's what we've done this week. So we've had lots of trades this week. I'll just talk you through some of them. Now what I do is, obviously, fundamentally our priority is our members, our paying members, and what we do is we post to them first on the Telegram group. Once the trade is already sort of in place and taken effect, and it's kind of too late for people to jump on board, then what I do is I post to the Facebook page. So every single trade for this week has been posted to the Facebook page. So I'll just pull that over to here. So this is a Facebook page. Ignore this at the bottom, it's annoying because unless I actually log in, I can't get rid of this bar, but I don't want to log in because it shows you some other bits and pieces, some personal stuff. So anyway, this is a Facebook page. If you're not already following it, facebook.com/the Forex Coach UK. This is basically the trades of the week. So Monday was the 5th. Let's have a look how we started. So that's an overview. So on Monday, our first trade was Aussie New Zealand dollar. We were looking at a buy position, a long position on that. It sold off, if I remember rightly, it hit some trend line resistance. Let's pull over a chart and we can have a quick look at that. Let's see if I've got it on this account. Yeah, I have. Let's go to a higher time frame. So we'd hit a trend line along here. If you draw this trend line along here, it'd hit that. We'd seen a reaction. We'd seen something else on some other indicators. and we were looking for a ride up to a certain level. Now, the level that we was actually looking for was a bit further up. It was one of these moving averages up here, but we didn't quite get it. We had a good run. I think we took half off initially for about 50 pips here. Then it hit the 21 period moving average, pulled back, which we was expecting, so we've moved our stop loss up to mitigate loss, and then we had this good run up, and then again it started to roll over again, so I think we exited our second position here. So we had a good little run on that one. 54 pips followed by 67 pips. As you can see here, I always put on the Facebook page the post. You can see in the image, I won't click on it because it takes you to the website, but this is what people got to their Telegram inbox to let them know about taking this trade. UK 100, so it was basically a sell trade from the previous week. We'd been sitting in this for a while, I think since the 2nd. But yeah, we got out of it. It wasn't great, to be honest. It was taken on a smaller time frame chart, so it was taken on a 1 hour chart. So we got 38 pips initially, and then we was looking for a bigger run. It done the bigger run. It has done the bigger run that we were looking for, but unfortunately on the entry chart that we took it on, the run, we couldn't justify getting in on that. So that was the end of that trade. Really, we had to close out. We couldn't keep going with that trade because on the 1 hour chart it kind of started to turn, even though the picture on the bigger time frame was showing some more downside on that. We had a euro pound, so we got short on the euro pound. Let me try and find this chart again. Here we go. That's the one I was looking for. So euro pound, here we have got it on here. I might not have all the currencies on this. This is a different computer to what I usually use to trade that I do these videos on, so I might not have all of the currencies that we're looking at. But yeah, so again we got short initially. So look what day it was. So it's on the 5th of June. So somewhere up here, we got a run down. That we wanted. Now we got out of this trade. We knew obviously there was going to be the risk with the elections, etc. So we managed to get out of this and take some profits on this. Incidentally, my overall picture for this is downside. I do think we're going to see some downside for the euro pound. Sort of longer term, but we've obviously had what's happened with the elections today. We actually had a couple of trades, as I said last night. We had one where we got in here and took sort of 60 pips down to here, and then we've had another one today, this morning, where we got in up here and took them down. So that covers those two trades as well. So I won't go back over those, but yeah, I'm not going to go into all the details, exactly what time frames we took them on and stuff, and what we were looking at, but just so you've got an idea of what we've done this week more than anything. New Zealand Swissy. So it's been a bit of a frustrating pair this week, and probably the one pair that I have got wrong. I'm just turning my head over because we've got an open position. So we've had no losing trades this week, but we have got an open position on this one, which is underwater. It's only 17 pips. Underwater it did go to about 40 pips this morning, but it's pulled back 17 pips underwater. So yeah, it's not done what I thought it was going to do this week, so I've got this one wrong. We went in short initially. We took 19 pips off for half because we was exposed on another New Zealand, because we was in the Aussie New Zealand dollar at the same time. So overnight I obviously try and mitigate risk, and this is one of the benefits of being with our trading signal. I'm looking out for risk for you. I'm managing all the positions. I'm giving you updates. So, and I'll put all these comments in the group. So you know, this is my reasoning. So New Zealand's ready to close half for 19 pips and move the stop down, as I don't want us to be overexposed New Zealand dollar overnight. The key for me is you've got to be able to trade and be able to sleep easy. If you're trading and you've got any doubts about your trades and you feel like in the middle of the night you get up to go to the bathroom and you think, oh, I'm just going to check on my trades, then that's a really bad position that you're in, and you're probably overexposed or got too much risk on the line. And that is one of the reasons why risk management is so important. You've got to be able to trade freely and easily and emotion free. It's the only way forward with realistic trading. We had a US 30, a Dow. Didn't like the pattern on this. It was taken on the 4-hour chart. The pattern was just not there. It was looking like it was going to go higher, to be honest. So we got out at 12 pips profit, luckily, because it then had a big rally and we would have probably been stopped out. So as I say, that's again one of the reasons I'm seeing the entries, but I'm also watching the price action, which is going to stop people from getting into drawdowns and losses. We had a euro dollar 44 pips. Oh no, actually, I think that, oh no, it was a euro. I've probably mixed up my, ignore that. I think I've copied and pasted the wrong thing on here when I've posted this. But anyway, the trade was euro dollar. It was a short position. Similar sort of view to the euro pound, really. There was potential for that downside there, and we took 43.7 pips at 44 pips on that one, and that was on the 7th. So we gave a midweek update. We'd had the winner, and we'd given the sizes of the positions as well, because in fact, they're all full-size positions unless I state otherwise. And then when I say half of 54 pips, so that is we're taking half of the position off. So if we're trading in pounds per pip, i.e. if that was £5 per pip, you're taking off £2.50 of that trade. So if it was £100 up at that point, and we're taking half off the 54 pips, you're effectively taking £50 off. Yeah, we had that on the euro US dollar on the 7th of June. I posted a couple of things. So the first trade, we had a really nice exit on it. I can't show you the photo, unfortunately. Open image, copy image. Let's just try that. Tiny. Not showing you the full image, but we had a really nice exit on this. So we got in up here, we had a news announcement. I've got certain indicators that I use to see when to get out of a trade, and I could see that we were potentially going to get a reversal. This was on a 5-minute chart, and this was really a real day trade. So we tend to do a range of trades. We have day, intraday, and I post them out so people know what they're getting into, whether it's a day trade and intraday. People can pick and choose depending on obviously their jobs. Potentially, if you were in a job where you're not going to be able to check on your phone or check in your trade, you might say, do you know what, this morning I'm not going to take any day trades because I'm not going to be able to manage it, but I will just take any intraday trades, which we know are going to be open for day to several days. But this was a pure day trade. We got in short, we took this exit, which was great. This actually rallied massively. It popped up, it broke this high here and probably stopped a load of people out that would have gone short, and then rolled over again. And we took another short. So that was just an update I was given. I'll give you the next short that we took. So euro US dollar, second trade of the day closed out. I haven't got a screenshot of it. I thought I did do a screenshot, to be honest, but I can't see it on here. But anyway, basically it popped up, and is that it? Yeah, this is it. Okay, I can show you it. So, and that's a lot clearer actually. That's the first trade. So we got in here. We was underwater for a little bit, but I knew the pattern. I was looking at the hourly chart. I could see that the downside potential was there. There was a target down here that we been looking to hit all week, and you'll see later on in the week we had another scalp trade on this, and we actually hit the target that I was looking at, which was down here. So we got this. Reversed, got out, luckily it reversed. We then got our second entry, again we went underwater, it went a bit higher, and then we got out. This I think popped up a little bit, and then it did come down and sort of hovered around these lows for pretty much 24 hours. It was kind of around here. Euro GBP, another trade on it. We took another one. Yeah, there we go. That's the pace for the Euro US dollars. But the Euro GBP first trade closed at 20 pips. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember this trade. So basically, this was a bad entry. It was a bad entry. So what we done was we basically done something called averaging in, which I don't like to do often, but I will do it if I'm really confident in the move and just think, you know what, I've just got a really bad entry here. And what we do is we've got the scope within our risk management to be able to put in extra sort of half-size positions and stuff without overexposing ourselves. And what we done on this trade was it was before. We'd put in a second entry because we was underwater on the first, significantly underwater. When I say significantly, 30 pips, but relevant to the trade, you know, it's fairly underwater. And what we done is we had a second entry. I was confident in the move. We took 13 pips out the second entry, which could have been loads more, but that wasn't the point. The point was to take the edge out of the trade. So we took 13 pips, which helped average our entry a bit better because it was a poor entry. And then we actually ended up taking the second half off for about 20 pips, I think, but I'm not sure if I've put that on there actually. We took the second half off, so we took the 13 pips off at 9 o'clock at night, and then the next day the euro pound rolled over. I need to update this actually, I haven't put it on there, but we got out of the second part for about 23 pips, so it went, you know, back into profit even though it was in drawdown. We done a midweek update just to let people know how we were getting on, just, you know, to try and increase the transparency. Probably one of the best trades of the week was the buy on dollar yen. So we can have a look at the chart and just have a look at this one, see what we was looking at. So dollar yen, again, higher time frame. I'm not going to tell you what we was looking at. It was actually the 4-hour chart, but I'm not going to tell you exactly, you know, what we was looking at. But there was something going on down here, and I knew that there was potential for us to get up to here. Now we held it quite a bit, so it went into it drew down actually. I think we got in around here, to be fair, and it went a little bit into profit, and then it was underwater, but I was still confident in the move. It turned around 10 a.m. on the 7th. We got into profit. It hit the 21 period moving average, pulled back massively, so we were again probably about a break even, which was frustrating. But this is trading. When you're looking for the bigger targets, you've got to expect to be in profit and then to get a reversal. You know, that's all part of trading. Every now and again it would just go without pulling back, but you know, this often happens. So it pulled back and then it just reversed, and we took half off somewhere around here. We was looking for a target up here somewhere. We got close to it, but we never quite hit our target. We had the interview. The interview with the FBI guy in the US regarding the Trump investigation. Comey, is it? I think it was Comey. Yes, we had his interview, so it was a high risk event. We didn't know what was going to be said, we got out early, to be fair. We could have taken a bit more, but you know, it was just managing the risk more than anything. This was a scalp trade. This was kind of the third trade of the week on euro dollar. It was a scalpy trade. We could have got a much better entry, but I missed it. It was after the news about the ECB rate decision. It had a ping up. We can actually have a look at this on the chart as well. So euro dollar. Go to the 1 hour chart. You'll probably be able to see it's here. So I've seen this move here. I knew there was a target down here on the high time frame charts. It was down here somewhere. I saw this price action. I was really tempted here to be getting in. I was, you know, really thinking, should I be taking this trade? But we still had the dollar yen on at the time. So I held back. I was waiting for a pullback. we got this brilliant pullback here on this bar. It literally, if you looked on the 5-minute chart, it pinged up and pinged down. The spread's really widened though, and it was going to be too difficult for me and the trading group to get the guys in on that. So we had to wait, and we ended up getting in somewhere here, I think, something like that. And it went about 20 pips, so it must have been down here we got in, because it went about 20 pips, yeah, so it's probably down here. We had our stop up here, so it went about 20 pips underwater, and then it pinged down, hit our target. It actually got a few pips away from the target, but I just cut the trade just in case, mitigate risk. 24 pips. The targets you had these lows here, which I thought had potential of being broken, and then there was a moving average on one of the high time frames. So it took those out, and we got out. It went down another 6 or 7 pips, and then pinged back up, and then, as I say, chopped around for the rest of the day, and then we did see more downside, which I did think was possible on that one. So yeah, this was overnight. So this, I was running we've got a private members group. So if you are a Signal member, then basically you're a member to our private members group. So for last night, we done an extra service where we was obviously talking about the price action and whether potential trade opportunities were available on the currencies. So in the end, we were looking at a couple of prices that we were trying to get in at. I think I might have changed these. Yeah, no, these weren't the ones I ended up going with, but basically there was, I'll show you on the charts, a couple of prices. So we knew there was potential there for a trade because it had such a good run, such a good ping up. So if I look at euro pound on the daily charts, we had that initial reaction overnight, that 200 pip move, and it took us to around here. So it took out these highs and would have taken out a lot of traders, because this started to roll over. So if you look at the daily chart, we had a MACD crossover. So many retail traders would have been short here and holding it into the news. And all of those retail traders, some of them would have probably got in down here and gone, yeah, we're now in, this trade's going to, go right down here. We've made a lower high, etc. We've got a lower low here from this sort of move. So the potential is for a big downside move. So many retail traders would have been short here. It's unbelievable. And what would have happened is they've got pinged out. So we've got this group of traders that would have got pinged out here. They would have then gone, maybe got back in, or another group of traders would have gone short again, and would have put their stop loss just above here, and it's just edged up above here, and would have taken out a load more. So we've made 2 significant new highs here, and broken these highs. Now my overall view is downside, and as a result of that, the price action shooting up so quick, sort of counter the move that was happening here. I knew there was the option for this ping back down, and there was 2 of them which we took, which I discussed earlier. The first one was last night, opened about 10 o'clock at night, closed for about 6 pips. It isn't on the Facebook page because I didn't want anyone following that, but the second one I allowed people to follow, so that was on our Facebook page this morning, and that was an entry here. So it's a sell euro pound. We took 50 pips off it. It ended up going for about 90 pips, but because we were in something else than underwater, I wanted to mitigate risk. So yeah, we took some pips out of that. But I don't know what's going to go on now. I do think we are going to see a move down, euro US dollar. It totally depends on the price action, what happens now, because we could see some more upside. People could be looking at this reversal candle and going, yeah, look at that pen bar, big reversal candle, we're going to go down here. But there is the chance that this is just purely reversal candle because of the big move, profit taking, etc. This could go higher still, and then it could roll over. So hence why it's so important not just to go, yeah, we've had a good move up, this is such a strong momentum now, we've got moving averages crossing, folding up underneath it, such a strong momentum. So we're going to have to just wait and see on this one now, whether we are going to get this downside move. But you know, you've got to bear in mind how many people are going to have their stops up here, how many stops are going to be above this big 8900 number. It could want to take, the market could want to take these out before rolling over, before we see some downside again. So I think that was pretty much it, and that puts us where we're at today. If you have been following our trades, I would really appreciate it if you could just leave us a review. There are so many fake signals out there, it's unbelievable. There's so many dishonest people out there, it's unbelievable. And unfortunately, I'm trying to grow this and get a community together, but it's actually quite difficult. And you know, I pay for advertising, and people just write on it without even looking at your Facebook page, without even, because you're saying, you know, you've got these great results, you're 17% up for last month, you got over 70+% accuracy, etc. People don't even look through and see, is it genuine? Have they got a phone number? Have they got an address? Can I call them? Can I speak to Matt? Can I get you know, free entry to his Telegram group, just to have a look through the history and see, and really do some sort of due diligence and check it is genuine. People don't tend to do that, and they just write a comment saying scam, avoid at all costs. It's just like this other one, and I'm spending hours just writing reasons why it's not a scam and that it's genuine and that we're actually a genuine trading company. And it's bad, really, because all these people that are writing scams, yes, they might be helping traders that are potentially going to get scammed from ones that aren't legitimate, but they're also then not helping traders that do need help. And since I've started doing this, one of the biggest things that I've realised is how ridiculously over leveraged people are and how there's no idea about risk management. And there's reasons behind that, which I'm not going to go on to now, to do with brokers and educators, and that they want people to fail because that fuels the market. The dumb money is where it all comes from. But there's so many people, 90% of the people that are joining are getting bad news, basically, because I'm telling them that they're not even going to make back the money that they've lost for a serious amount of time. And that may be why I'm probably having more difficulty getting members on board, because I'm putting people off trading effectively. But you know, it's an honest service, and that's what I want to do. I want to build up a membership of traders that potentially can trade properly and professionally, and do it full time and be a member of the group for years to come. So it's going to mean that it's slow to grow, but the people stay with us, as opposed to all these other ones where they grow really fast but people just come and go constantly. But I've done some videos just to talk about risk management. Don't risk more than 1% of your account per trade. I've got people joining that have got £50 in their account. You know, they're going to be risking £5 per trade. And as a result of that, they're going to be trading, you know, the minimum sort of bet that you possibly can, you know, 7p a pip, and stuff like that. And a lot of trades they're not going to be able to get into. But you're not going to make big returns. You know, you need to be matching salaries that you're getting in jobs. You need, you know, the £20,000, the £10,000 accounts. But the key is learn how to trade properly, pump some money into it, and you can quite soon, within a matter of years, grow your account into one that can really change your life. But go to the basics of Forex trading. There's 7 or 8 videos I think on here now. Go through them. The really important one, I'd say, just watch this first, is the one at the bottom, psychology and risk management. It will tell you all about it, and what to expect trading, and how unrealistic some people are with their trading expectations, and that's the reason why they fail. If you like what you see and you want to join the service, go to the website, the Forex Coach, click on this tab, Day Trading Signal, watch the video updates, have a read through and see what you get. You really do get good support from us. You can ask us questions, help with your trading, select what package you want. I'm not going to lie, people aren't going to spend £199 with us until they've built up a trust in us. So for the first few months, people are going to just spend £29. and maybe pay that 3 times, and they go, do you know what, it's working for me, I'm then going to pay for 6 months, it works out a lot cheaper, etc. And then eventually people will be paying for a year. But just try it for a month, 29 quid. You don't need a big account to pay from the Signal to be able to make that 29 quid back. So it'll pay for itself, and you'll learn how to trade along the way. I hope that helps. Have a great weekend. We're in one open position at the moment, which I should just disclose because I think we're going to be carrying it over to next week now. Let's get the chart back up again. We are in, we're not in pound. We're in dollars, New Zealand dollars. We see. We're underwater 16 pips at the moment. We've had to move the stop loss just because of the volatility this morning. We've started to see a rollover move here, so I am happy with the trade. It is underwater, as I say, at the moment. It's gone a lot higher than I thought. The entry wasn't. We took the entry down here. I did say to the guys, look, this could push higher. I didn't expect it to quite have a run like it has had. So the overall move is still okay. For a bit of a roll down, target might have to be moved up slightly, etc. But we're going to have to monitor it. I may cut it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it at the moment. Just depends on the price action. But other than that, we're flat now. Other than that, one open position. So I don't think we're going to be taking any more trades today unless something remarkable happens this afternoon with price action. But it's now 4 o'clock on a Friday, and we've had a great week. 5% up for the week, £1,000 on a £20,000 account, just over £20,000. So nearly getting on for 21,000. So yeah, we're looking good. Hope that helps. Speak to you all next week.